Rip. Oh no!
Erudite should stop talking to Chud Logic because DK is saying
He's got to defend. He's going to defend Lav on this, even though there's no way to do it. There's no possible way you can defend Lav here, but he's going to find a way to do it. Here we go.
crazy shit in the Discord.
Apparently, MrGirl's fans are trying to get Chud's Discord server banned. Is this true? Man, MrGirl sure did go from deplatform nobody to deplatform everybody pretty quickly. MrGirl admitting his dog shit article doesn't follow journalistic ethics.
Or anything she said on the call that made me think she saw Lav as any type of adversary, or that she didn't like her or wouldn't support her coming forward or knowing this or even talking about it. Yeah, so I didn't see any reason not to tell her.
Do you think that it was okay for Lab to divulge that on stream before the release of the article?
I'm so glad that Lav exists, because Lav is like the perfect thing to hold up to show that Max has absolutely zero grasp of reality. Most of the questions, Lav is indefensible. She's a pretty disgusting fucking person. Lav and MrGirl are both really disgusting, but Max is disgusting out of this sense of like saviordom and like save the world and like this narcissistic weird like personality disorder. Lav is disgusting in this like childlike, I need attention and I want everybody to like me and I'm gonna talk shit about everybody in a very selfish kind of sense, right? It's two different types of disgusting. But an objective, like, can I say purveyor of situations? Purveyor, that's a word, right? Purveyor. That supplies food and provisions. No, surveyor would probably be the word I'm looking for. A surveyor of
they should go after Chud.
The situation.
Who the fuck browses with operant? Degen behavior.
Would like very easily be able to say that like, yeah, Lav is doing fucking disgusting shit, or Lav shouldn't be doing this, or Lav is like obviously really up. But every time he's asked any question about her, again, because I think so much of his article probably is hinging on Lav's story, he has to defend every single thing she does. Like the fact that if you were trying to hold yourself to some journalistic standard, you're doing an investigation on me, the rapist, and then somebody tells you a story, and then you start telling that to other people, it's just like, that's obviously indefensible. Like even that's obviously indefensible. But then for Lav to start publicly blathering about that, it's like beyond indefensible. It's like, obviously this is fucking horrible, right?
Do you think that it was...
But the fact that he has to stop and think like, well, how can I defend this person is like the most important, how can I defend the credibility of the person is like the most important, it's like so obviously bad faith.
Okay for Lab to divulge that on stream before the release of the article?
Okay for
like it's
Genevieve's like well-being?
No, for the integrity of your article, because I think that may have, or that's one of the things that I think may have compromised the journalistic integrity of the article, is having a subject of the article release information that was supposed to be in the article about another person prior to the article even being out and released. So
yeah, I think that if I don't know what integrity you're referring to. Like you're saying
true. What? Yeah, true. He has no integrity.
Out and released. So
yeah, I don't. I think that if I don't know what.
Out of everything you've done online, is the lab stuff even close to the angle MrGirl should be taking if he wants to poke holes in your content? No, I know. That's the thing, is that, like, and again, I'm not perfect, but Lav is like one of the people that I probably would, I think I would use Lav as like a model for, like, this is probably how you should treat people who are on your stream that you've also had a sexual relationship with. Like, I was so blatantly clear, and Lav knows this, like, I was blatantly clear about boundaries. I was blatantly clear. We didn't do anything sexual when the stream shit was blowing up. I checked in on her to make sure she was going okay. She lied to me. Like, I think I played the Lav situation like by the book, if there was one written for how to deal with it. So it's like, it's so crazy that that's like the centerfold story that he's gonna lean into. That's just like, it's wild that that's the one that he's gonna hang his hat on for, like, his centerfold, like, abuse story for the, especially, and then she's got like the worst reputation online. She's destroyed it after the Hassan false allegation shit. She's clearly fucking unhinged. Everybody can fucking see it. It's such a disastrous thing for him to try to, like, salvage.
Integrity you're referring to, like, you're saying that people are going to think that the article was created in an unethical way?
Yeah.
I think that anybody who cares about that is probably already going to think that. And I think that I don't know. I guess I feel like people have made up their minds at this point. I don't. I guess I just don't think that was unethical. I guess that I don't even know what you're asking me. Yes, there are people who are going to say that they thought that was very unethical and they were on board with the article until they heard that. There are also endless concern trolls just making stuff up about how they feel and what they think. So I have no idea. We will never know what anybody thinks of that because everyone is lying all the time.
Everybody but me. True.
Okay, but just to be clear, you don't think that that's unethical?
I think it would be
Watch the whole Hotline stream. You'll enjoy it. Colors made Max look even more unhinged than normal.
Unethical for a journalist to do that. I think if I am an abuse victim writing an article about my own abuse.
But it's not about your own abuse, right? It's about you being a creepy rapist, like, fucking harasser, reaching out to every fucking person that's ever been on my stream and ever will be on my stream, saying that I'm an abuser, right? It's not just your article.
And I'm talking to another victim about her abuse, and we're talking about a stream we were both on, and I find out that Destiny is in some kind of sexual relationship with almost every single woman on the stream. I don't think it's unethical for me.
Sexual relationship? I think me and Madame Genevieve, I think we traded nudes one time. That was it. One time. And she does OnlyFans. Like, it was one time. I like the active sexual relationship aspect. I also like that he tries to make it sound like he uses this verbiage a lot where he's like, Destiny is pitting all these girls against each other. He's pitting these people together. No, I'm not. Lav was the one that started fights with all of these people. I'm pretty sure Lav's fights with Madame Genevieve started off my stream. I think somebody can remember. I'd have to go back and timeline it. I should know. But I'm pretty sure that Lav started shitting on Madame Genevieve on Chud Logic or something. It was some other stream where they started fighting. I'm not pitting these people. I'm not telling anybody to fight anybody ever. Lav was like fighting everybody on her own. She was like so fucking aggressive because of her positions on sex work.
For me to tell her given the situation. I think if I were just a journalist and not one of the victims and or anything she said on
It matters to me because he wants to kill me, Steven.
I don't care that he wants to kill you. That's not relevant to the conversation.
He wants to kill my family. And he wants to kill my friends. That's
great.
why it matters.
That's cool. That doesn't matter. Using the word
It's
or not using
cool.
the word doesn't mean anything.
It's not cool.
Then go complain to the people that ruined the word. Then now we can't.
He wants Steven to call Nick Fuentes a Nazi and be open about it because it's important to him, because Nick Fuentes wants to kill him, his family, and his friends. He does not want Nick Fuentes to be deplatformed.
I don't think Fuentes should be deplatformed.
Okay.
But you don't have to you don't have to grow him either.
That, I mean, it's going to be inevitable that anybody that I react with or engage with in some manner is going to experience some growth if they're smaller than me. That's the thing. Mr. Girl is high IQ. You said Haas was high. I think Mr. Girl is very smart. Yeah, he's up there. That just is what it is.
Absolutely.
Higher than Lav.
Now that we've heard it from the horse's mouth or whatever, is that the phrase? Is that the saying? I don't really use cliches like that. I'm a different kind of furry person. True. The better kind of furry person. Okay.
And the
Yeah,
reason
I just think it's a total.
I don't call it Hobo Max. I call it Ted Kaczynski Max or Unabomber Max.
Abuse of power.
abuse of power.
Yeah.
Does Chud really have a power over Lav?
He has power. He has a large Discord server and a decently sized platform. And I think as a result of his actions here, it should be taken away.
Jesus Christ!
I have
So there you go. So there we have it. We played them back to back. We played where he talked about how he does not think that Nick Fuentes should be deplatformed. He talked about how he does believe that Nick Fuentes wants to kill him, his family, and his friends, and that he's a Nazi, and that he wants Steven to rightfully call him the Nazi that he is. That was how that whole fight started. And
Okay, maybe we'll look at.
Okay, everything's good. And then I log on to Twitter. What do I see? What do I see?
Rip.
Oh no! Get fucked! Retard!
Okay, what is this guy talking about?
Chud Logic.
The tangling.
Yes.
What about the situation with Louis C.K. where he was jerking off on the bed, and then the girls didn't leave the room; they just watched him jerk off. Maybe she felt kind of like that, where she felt like, I can't really leave. I have to kind of.
Okay, do you see, this is the Destiny shit. This is the like conspiratorial, drawing connections that make no sense between situations that have nothing in common. And then
you're right. Before I even started saying it, okay, I realized that I was doing that. You're right.
Okay, but do you see how that puts me in the position? Do you see how even if you
So many crazies in orbit. What's happening right now?
I am still in the position of having to untangle it. And it's still complex and confusing and mentally exhausting to explain how is you putting your hand on the leg of a photographer who scooted up next to you and wouldn't answer if you were allowed to put your hand on her leg and then scooted forward so you could put your hand on her butt, different from a comedian jerking off in front of other comedians who want to boost their careers, who felt that they couldn't leave the room and then later complained about it publicly. Describing how two things are different is a mentally exhausting task. And I found myself, whenever I would debate Destiny, and now whenever I argue with his fans, I find myself having people tie these knots, and it's like, well, if you don't untie it, then you're a rapist. So I'm like, well, shit, I guess I better start untying it. And then they're like, oh, I hate these meta conversations. And you can tie those like logical knots, even if they don't make any sense at all, way faster than anyone can untie them. So then, and then it's like, God, you talked the whole time. Why are you talking for 10 minutes straight? It's like, because it takes 10 minutes to explain why what you said didn't make any sense.
He's such a victim.
Okay. Can I shout somebody out?
Yeah.
I want to shout out Corndog Torpedo.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's one of the two people who actually DM'd me. Yeah. And
he's investigating me, I heard.
Yeah. As much as I could, I tried to represent his point of view. I don't know if he thought that I did a good job or not, but yeah, shout out to Corndog Torpedo.
Shout out Corndog Torpedo.
Can I talk to you about Lav? I've wanted to talk to you about Lav for a while.
We gotta go to the next caller. You talked to me about Lav for like a second. What? Is it another like? Well, if you did this, then how come Lav can do this, and why wouldn't you react the same towards Lav as you did this other thing? Is it one of those?
No. Well, maybe I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like you gotta stop.
Lavin.
You have to stop joining hands with Lav so much.
I love Lav.
Because she sticks her. You can love somebody but not join hands with them. If if one of my best friends killed somebody, I'm not helping him bury the body. Now I'll put some money on his books. I'll visit him. I'm not helping him bury the body. Lav will stick her hand in shit, and then reach out to you, and you'll firmly grasp it. And it's like, why?
I don't agree with that.
Okay. Recently on Twitter, Erudite said, if somebody who's a part of my community...
somebody super chatted about this, so this is good. We can answer their question.
If somebody's a part of my community and they are harassing you, send me a DM or something like that, and they'll get banned or dealt with or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Lav starts bringing up how Erudite should stop talking to Chud Logic because DK is...
He's got to defend. He's going to defend Lav on this, even though there's no way to do it. There's no possible way you can defend Lav here, but he's going to find a way to do it. Here we go.
Crazy shit in the Discord. These things, they very barely. This is like the tangling web. They so very barely correlate with one another, and like it's like two totally different topics. One is, handle dealing with other content creators who might do something that you disagree with, or have somebody underneath them in their community that you disagree with. And the other is people in my community who do shit that I disagree with. Like, and for her to try to tangle the two together and then make Erudite have a hard stance, and then you join hands, you grab onto the shit covered hand in order to support her, it's like, bro, you look crazy. You look crazy. And I feel like you do this all the time with Lav, because Lav just loves sticking her hand in shit.
Okay.
How hard is it not to join a panel with 10 different people and have them, like, it's shocking. I can't believe she's still doing it.
I think it was a totally appropriate time to bring up that request.
Jesus.
You think that Erudite's saying, if someone's in my community and they're harassing you, I'll do something about it, to say, well, Chud Logic talks to you sometimes, really not even that often, but you have a working relationship with him, and his editor was in a Discord saying crazy shit about me. So what are you gonna do about that?
I know what happened. You don't have to explain it to me.
You think that that's a perfect time to bring
maybe
it
the
up?
audience doesn't know what happened. Okay. Chud Logic is a streamer, and Not So Erudite is a streamer. And Erudite told Lav, who is also a streamer, she doesn't stream that often, but that if someone in Erudite's community is harassing anybody, she tweeted this out, let her know, and she'll ban them. And Lav took the opportunity to say that Chud Logic's editor, who has been, I think, bullying her for months at this point.
Probably deserved it.
Thumbnails calling her a whore, calling her a bitch. Chud Logic's
editor is like forethought. He's just like a bastard.
Yeah,
is forethought a bastard?
Chud Logic himself calling Lav a whore and a bitch multiple times in his streams.
He has to double down because of his editor, unfortunately.
And if he is a coward, he does. He doesn't have to do that.
True.
Like I wouldn't. If anyone.
You're doubling down on every single thing Lav is saying ever.
In my community, did any of these things, they would be gone instantly. So, I don't agree. I think it's not like there's a fucking lack of editors out there either. Like, I'm sure Chud Logic could find another editor instantly. So yeah, I would have absolutely zero tolerance for any of it. Oh, but the thing is, I wouldn't post the fucking video. Like if someone's making a thumbnail for me and they were like, let's call this person a cunt in the thumbnail, I would just like be like, no. So I don't he doesn't. There's a lot of things Chud Logic could have done differently that he didn't do.
Is this the last level? No, I don't.
But I think
no.
Yeah, maybe for 48 hours.
Lav literally called a trans woman a man in a wig
where you
last
don't
week.
own the actions
Lav is
of your.
a little bit.
I think he's
a
his
rat
Discord
femme, so
admin.
she doesn't believe in trans people at all.
But then after that, I think if you don't do anything about it, then it's on you. So I don't see this as DK's actions. I see this as Chud Logic's actions. So to me, it makes perfect sense if Erudite is saying, let me know about somebody in my community, and Leah says, or Lav says,
what about somebody in somebody else's
Chud Logic
community?
is harassing me. He's allowing his editor to say that he hopes I get bullied until I kill myself.
Based.
And he also, after finding out somebody was sending around pictures of my house and telling random people to tell me that they were going to come to my house, DK said in a public chat that he hopes they kill the bitch I live with.
I don't think he said kill. I think he said deal with.
Oh, sorry, take out.
Yeah, take out.
Okay. So to me, Chud Logic owns that. If he is not deleting that chat message, which to my knowledge, to the best of my knowledge, he hasn't, and I think it was a few days ago.
Lav went full roast in Chud's chat. Yeah, but he always has a reason for why nothing that Lav does is ever too much. Lav always has carte blanche to act in whatever crazy fucking way she wants, and there's always a justification or rationale for it. So he'll never criticize Lav on any of her behaviors ever, or at least at the very least, it's never like too far beyond the pale. Like, it's understandable she did this because like that's just like, let's live Lav lie. That's the pattern. And Max will always enable that. But again, remember, a big chunk of his article, arguably, it might be the biggest part of his article, since they don't have Anna support as much, is built around Lav's condemnation of me and accusations of abuse. I don't know what the fuck they're going to try to spin on me. So no matter what happens, he has to stick with Lav because she is like such a linchpin in his article.
That he owns that. He's publishing that. That's him. That's him endorsing somebody saying they hope Shaylin is murdered. And I take that shit pretty seriously. So I think it's totally appropriate to raise it with Kyla and say, like, yeah, like I'm sure Chud Logic is a member of her Discord. I'm sure she didn't ban him after Lav brought that up. And like, yeah, I think our standards for who we stream with should be similar to our standards for who we have in our community. Otherwise it makes no, like, I could have someone in my community threaten to kill another streamer, and then I ban them. But then if they become a streamer, I'm gonna start streaming with them. Like, no, to me it's the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna work with somebody who does that shit. I think it's it should be an even higher standard because you're directly making money by collaborating. You're making money off of turning your.
No way do I lose this. This is going to be the easiest fucking hold in the world.
Which I think is really, really bad. And then, yeah, to be like the self-proclaimed mental health person and then throw your hands up and say, I don't care, this has nothing to do with
He
me.
really hates her after the Dr.
like
K
a
shit.
snarky like meme at me when I'm like, okay, that I'm not like I don't like we're done then.
I think
As he said when he's releasing the article, apparently in a few days.
Is that it's more difficult to uphold those kinds of standards with content creators than it is to do with random chatters and people in your community. And so making that request, like she's like
Wait, but Destiny wouldn't even do that. There's no one else in the entire sphere who allows their employees to behave that way that I know of. There's no one else posting thumbnails. There's no one else posting thumbnails calling people cunts.
The problem
whores.
is that Lav wasn't asking Chud Logic to take responsibility for his.
She wanted her to blacklist.
I'm not saying she was. I know.
Erudite. Okay, so
Chud Logic is not going to. Chud Logic has been
Holy
asked. And he
shit.
didn't
I
do
understand. I understand. What I'm saying is the ask for Erudite to hold another content creator accountable.
You're saying, yeah,
as
I know.
opposed to
I'm
people
responding
in
to
the
what you
community
just
is
said.
more
Okay.
difficult.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm getting angry.
Okay.
You just said
He's getting triggered, guys.
that it's
Look at this.
unrealistic
Easy.
to hold content creators
Easy.
to that standard.
Hold on.
And my rebuttal is, it's not that unrealistic because there's only one fucking person out of these like 20,
Easy.
25
It's easy, I think. Yeah.
various levels of Destiny orbiters who would allow that behavior in their Discord server, including Destiny.
May I respond to that point?
Yes.
When I said it's unrealistic to hold content creators to that standard, I'm saying it's unrealistic to hold, for Erudite to hold a content creator to the standard of a person in her community. That's what I'm saying.
South is
Not
gone.
that it's unreasonable for
South ain't
Logic.
gone. South is holding
held
strong.
It doesn't
The
have to be.
standard of employing
You're
somebody
okay.
who does
Okay.
things like
I
that.
think you're making a false equivalence and saying that they should be holding them to the same standard. I imagine in Kyla's community, if you call someone a stupid cunt, I could imagine that maybe you would get timed out
So
or
easy.
temporarily banned for that behavior.
Okay.
Right?
Probably, yes.
Lav's not going to Kyla and saying,
Okay.